What's up, everybody? You are sitting here with Deep Soul. We are having the freshest artist on the stage right now. When I say fresh, I mean new, but he is so intuitive. That's the word we gave you, intuitive. Because you understand a lot, you know a lot. So your name is Akiin.
Yes.
And that name in itself is very deep in meaning. What does that name mean?
So my mother used to call me that. She called me Akiin when I was young. And basically she derives it from an African language in which it means brave boy. So that was kind of one of the nicknames she gave me when I was younger.
Okay, but with that nickname, did you actually feel that way? Do you feel brave?
So it wasn't until recently that I actually learned what it meant. I just knew it was a name she used to call me. But when I think about it, brave boy, I realized that not only is it something that she felt that I was, but also something that I felt obligated to be. With the career path that I've chosen and with all the obstacles that come with it as far as being a musician and an entertainer in general, I felt as though that being brave, whether it's networking or performing or anything like that, was necessary. And even more so in order to fulfill the dreams and hopes that your parents instilled into you when they have you and they see you as a child and when they're hopeful for you. I felt that it was necessary to be brave in order to live up to that. Not in kind of like a demanding way or anything like that, but just, in order to make them proud. I felt like you had to be brave to brave the world ahead of you.
I got you. But that's before you wanted to be an artist. Like even in film, you had to go through some obstacles to understand that you're brave. And it gets hard. And you talk about in your music depression and anxiety. So how do you find the ability to be brave still? I mean, how do you find that? Yeah.
Well, being as determined and just driven and ambitious as I am, dealing with those emotions and dealing with introversion and any obstacles like that, I felt like inherently would make you brave. Because you don't have a choice but to deal with it. You can't escape your own mind. You can't escape your own personal obstacles that come your way. So I felt as though being brave was not only necessary, but impossible to get away from. So I felt like going through that made you brave, but you also had to be brave to go through it in the first place, if that makes sense.
No, it does. It does. And I feel like people in hip-hop or just our culture, and be more specific because you're talking about a culture, they don't want to talk about such things. They don't want to talk about going through depression or being in a dark space or anything like that. So I kind of just love the fact that you're highlighting that in your music. So do me a favor and tell them what the title of your album that is out is called.
So the title of the album is 9 Days in Paradise.
9 Days in Paradise. And there's hell in paradise.
Absolutely.
And I feel there's a lot of people that don't understand that terminology, hell being in paradise. And you've explained it to me in a very good, very great way of breaking it down that I've never thought about it. So can you tell them the story behind 9 Days of Paradise and the hell within it?
Oh, okay. So kind of just starting from the beginning. So there's this book called Paradise Lost. And it's written from the perspective of Lucifer. So already it's different. So it starts off with Lucifer falling down into the fiery pit after losing his war in heaven. It's very taken much out of the Christian religion, the characters and all that, of course. It's written well after the Bible was written, though. So yeah. Right. So he's in the fiery lake with all of his fallen angels, and they sit there and they contemplate, and he's contemplating, and he's there for 9 days, and he's reflecting on the events that happened, him losing the war, and what's to come next. So he's in this dark space that he's never been before, this dark void. He's in a fiery lake, and after 9 days, he finally gets up. He steps out, he emerges, and he looks around at what he has, and there's nothing. There's nothing around. And even though there's nothing, even though he just lost his epic holy conquest, even though it seems like everything's lost, he says, rather to rule in hell than to serve in heaven. And that's kind of where the iconic phrase comes from. I'd rather rule over this destitution and this squalor. I'd rather be the master of what I have rather than serve at some elegant, bourgeoisie's feet. I'd rather have my own and not have a lot than be a slave to somebody else's millions, somebody else's, Okay. So you can take this and apply this to our modern lives in a variety of ways, whether it's me personally or whether it's broader so that anybody.